it's your birthday. Will you sing to her?
Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Catherine. Happy birthday to you. Hey.
Yay!
How many?
You're 1 year old.
This many. Okay, we're filming.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Catherine. Happy birthday to you. Now, can you blow? Blow. Hey! You did a good job. Okay.
Yes, you do. You do what you want. You mess up a cake, go ahead. Eat them all.
And they sold their great big house. And Papa moved to California. And Sally flew to California to be with him. And a baby grew inside her belly.
Oh, tell a story. You will spit food out of a parking lot.
Yeah, tell that story.
Okay, I'll get to that part. Okay, but this is how you were born. You grew and grew inside my belly, and then on June 27th, 2003, Catherine Grace was born. And for her first year of her life, she lived in California. And she went and saw great places like San Francisco and Yosemite, and that she lived right next to the ocean. And then she celebrated her first birthday. And she was a 1-year-old. And when she was a 1-year-old, she traveled all the way across the country. She went to the Grand Canyon.
That one and that one.
And she went to go live with her Grammy and Grandpa for a while.
That one and that one.
And then she moved to Germany where her
That
papa was.
That one and that one.
And then while we were in Germany, we took her to England to meet her Amma and her Aunt Karen, and that's where she celebrated her second birthday. And then Catherine Grace was 2 years old. And then she kept growing and learning how to do new things. And she went to daycare and she lived in Germany.
That one.
And she went back to the States for Christmas and had a great time. And then she went to go buy her first tricycle, and her mommy threw up in the parking lot. And then it was today, which is her third birthday. Catherine Grace Dowell is 3 years old today. Are you ready for cake?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I loved it.
You loved your story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Show us the cake, Mama. Wow, that's a beautiful cake.
It has K on it.
It does have a K on it, doesn't it? And we'll light 3 candles on this cake for Catherine's 3 years. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Catherine. Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
One more. Did you make a wish?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and I forgot to say the most important part. Her papa came home to celebrate her 3rd birthday with her. Yay! All right, we'll get plates.
Okay.
It's my birthday. I blow a candle up.
And how old are you, Catherine?
I'm 16.
What?
I'm 16.
Okay, one more time. Catherine. How old are you?
I'm 16 now.
16?
No, you're 3 years old. See? 1, 2, 3. You're 3 years old.
It's burning.
Are the candles burning?
Yeah. Blow a white one's out.
Okay.
Yeah, you blew the white ones on the
You're gonna
cake
help me
out,
cut the
didn't you?
cake.
Yeah, you will help.
Just slice it down all the way like this.
Cut the cake. I'm hungry.
You give me your fork. There you go.
I'm gonna eat it.
I hope so.
How does it taste?
Good.
Picture. You should let it freeze. Freeze. Take a picture.
Please.
Oh, he's so cute.
Look about. Look about. Papa. Look about. Look about.
What does that mean?
Look about means it's happy birthday.
In which language? Which language?
Buckle. You have to say buckle to me.
Oh, Buckle. Catherine Buckle. Do you need to wipe your face?
Buckle.
Catherine, you have a drip on your chin. Can you wipe it? There you go, you got it. Thank you.
I got it. Look about. A code. A code another blanket.
We'll finish eating and then we'll snuggle into the...
Nice and clean.
You have to wash it. Your mouth too.
Okay.
I know what's wrong with you, Mama.
Oh yeah. Because I promised we'd snuggle. We can warm up for my ice cream. Oh, that was a cold cake. Good night, Papa. We love you.
We love you too, Papa.
I got it.
Good job.
I got it. Can you pretend to sleep like Mama?
Yeah. I listen to you.
That's not how I sleep.
Yeah, you just several. You're a monster. us. You're cold. That's a cold cake.
Aren't you cold, Pop? Things when Catherine was a 1-year-old. And also when she was a 1-year-old, we moved to Germany. We lived in Germany for a few months. And then we got to go to England and Catherine got to meet her Amma. And when Catherine was in England, she had her 2nd birthday. And she was a 2-year-old. And when Catherine was a 2-year-old, she went to Disneyland Paris twice. And when she was a 2-year-old, her papa had to go away to Iraq to be in the army, but Catherine was very brave.
Hey, this is not working.
It's working.
Oh.
Okay. And we missed him very much, but Catherine was very brave. And then one day, Papa got to come back and visit us. And while Papa was with us, Catherine turned 3 years old. And when Catherine was a 3-year-old, we took her to France, and she got to go to southern France and have a wonderful time. And she went to Venice and had a wonderful time. And she went back to the States for Christmas, and she did lots of wonderful things when she was a 3-year-old. She learned how to write her letters for her name. She learned how to run really fast and how to dance like a ballerina. And now here we are today, and Catherine is turning 4 years old, and this is her first day as a 4-year-old. Yay!
I'm hugging you because I loved you.
I love you too. And today, since it's her birthday, she
What
gets
about me?
cupcake! Should we get plates to put our cupcakes on?
Nah.
Okay.
Boing, boing,
Okay,
boing, boing,
we'll
boing,
use your
boing.
4-year-old candle to light your cupcake. When you blow out your candle, you can blow out your cupcake candles. You don't have to blow out the other candles. Yeah, okay?
Then who's gonna blow out the other candles?
Well, if you want to, you can blow those out too. Wait, we gotta sing! Oh, snap!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Wait till the song's done.
Happy birthday, dear Catherine. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, now blow them out.
Hey, there's
It'll be fine. It won't hurt your cupcake. Go ahead.
We'll pick it off.
Yay!
Happy birthday to you.
Yay! Do you want to blow these out, or you want to let them shine while we eat?
I wanna blow those out.
You're gonna blow those out too? Okay.
Blow them all out then.
You might have to stand up in your chair because these are taller.
But don't lean into it. Okay, go. Whoa, that's a pretty good one, huh?
One more. Yay! Wow! Let's open a window. Meep, 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 meep. Okay.
Oh,
right.
he hit her right in
Good
the
job.
face. What does that mean?
Wow, get them, Nick, quick. Here, put them in this bag. Put them in that bag. Get some more. Get a toy or two. There you go. Put 'em in
Here's
here.
yours.
Put 'em in
Here's
here.
yours.
15 years
Okay,
ago,
action.
on June 27th, Catherine was born. And when Catherine was born, let me look at my notes. She lived in California, and she lived right near the ocean. And then before we knew it, Katie was a 1-year-old. And when Katie was 1, we drove all the way across the country from Seaside, California to Memphis, Tennessee. She went to Utah to visit her aunt, and she moved to Germany. And then before we knew it, Katie was a 2-year-old. And when Katie was 2, she visited France and Disneyland Paris, and her papa went to Iraq. But when Catherine turned 3, her daddy made it back for her birthday. And while she was a 3-year-old, he came back for good. And then before we knew it, Katie was 4 years old. And when Katie was 4, we all moved back to Memphis. And she went into preschool, and she became a big sister. And before we knew it, Katie was 5 years old. And when Katie was a 5-year-old, she started kindergarten. And we moved to this house that we live in right now, and Catherine got a dog. And then before we knew it, Katie was a 6-year-old.
Who is Katie? She's crying. She's either annoying or super emotional. Chicken from Chicken Little. Who is Katie?
And then, they don't call you Katie? Because used to be you wanted all your teachers to call you Katie.
No, they call me Little K now.
And then Little Kay was a first grader, and she was a flower girl for Big H's wedding. We went to Walt Disney World, and then before we knew it, Little Kay was in second grade. She was a 7-year-old, and she went to second grade, and she went back to Utah, and she caught her first fish. And before we knew it, Catherine was an 8-year-old.
Who's Catherine?
When Catherine was an 8-year-old,
Okay.
she went to 3rd grade, and she went to Utah again, and she was in Pam's wedding. And then when Catherine was a 9-year-old, she took gymnastics, and she went to St. Augustine. She went to Disney World. And before we knew it, Catherine was a 10-year-old. And when Catherine was a 10-year-old, she was a 5th grader. She was an ELT. She was in 5th notes. She went to Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. And then Catherine turned 11 years old. And when Catherine was 11, she went to middle school. She joined photography club. She made a microbot. And she made an artwork that was auctioned for $35, and it's actually right there. Yeah. And then before we knew it, Catherine was 12 years old. And when Catherine was a 12-year-old, she went into 7th grade, and she really liked Undertale.
We were all there. We all went there that too.
And then before we knew it, Catherine was a 13-year-old. And when Catherine was a 13-year-old, she went on the 8th grade DC trip with Natalie.
And we all got sick. It was so nice. Oh, Allie, come back. Allie,
Yeah.
we left Allie back here.
And we had a bus quarantine. It was great.
We had to give up our seats. We were mad.
And then before we knew it, Catherine was a 14-year-old. And when Catherine was 14, she started high school. She went to 9th grade. And she became such a big kid. And now Katie's going to be turning 15 years old.
Another 15 and I'm 30.
We're halfway there, sweet. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear little Kay. Happy birthday to you.
Blow it out, 30-year-old. Half. It's like 1.5.
We already have half of it blown out, so.
I love how we both were like, little Kay. Not using a coaster.